The Nano Machine informed Prince Cheon that the required muscle and fiber transfer had been completed, and it would now deactivate the anesthesia. As the effects wore off, Prince Cheon opened his eyes, sat up, and immediately declared that he would never undergo that again. The Nano Machine responded that it had warned him about the process beforehand. It then asked why he had been lying down and whether Guard Zhang had come in, shouting. Prince Chan retrieved his dagger from the floor, noting internally that it no longer hurt to use the dagger technique. The Nano Machine explained that due to the muscle transfer, he now possessed the muscular development of someone who had trained in the same movements for 20 years. Encouraged, he resumed practicing, remarking that it felt surprisingly good. Although the techniques remained the same, they now felt significantly more precise and powerful. He enjoyed the sensation of slicing through the air. He continued to train rigorously and rotated his dagger with skill, concluding that he had completed the first formation. As he moved on to the first step of the second formation, the floor beneath him cracked. Concerned, he muttered that it wasn't good. Despite not using Negong, the force of his movements had left deep footprints. He wondered if he had already reached the level of Weigong and feared that if Guard Zhang saw the damage, it would raise suspicions. Just then, Guard Zhang called out that breakfast was ready. Startled, Prince Qian panicked and quickly got up, trying to decide how to fix the evidence. He realized that pressing on the footprints wouldn't erase them. As Guard Zhang approached, calling out again and preparing to open the door, Prince Cheon hurriedly moved the table over the damaged floor. He greeted Guard Zhang cheerfully, saying he felt especially hungry and asked if they usually ate by the window. He explained that since he wouldn't be coming home for a while, he wanted to enjoy the meal at the center of the room. Silently, Prince Cheon noticed that all the dishes, stir-fried bok choy, roast pork rice, and a fried egg on top, were his favorites. He realized the effort and care Guard Zhang had put into this meal. It could very well be the last breakfast Guard Zhang would ever make for him. The Nano Machine detected a sudden change in Prince Cheon's emotional state and warned him that his acid levels were rising, causing an increase in saliva. It advised him to swallow slowly to neutralize the acid. Annoyed by the intrusive analysis, Prince Cheon told the Nano Machine to stop talking and activated mute mode. With determination, he resolved to eat everything and leave nothing behind. Guard Zhang, noticing his rapid eating, cautioned him to slow down or he might get indigestion. Prince Cheon nodded, set down his chopsticks, and expressed his satisfaction with the meal. Guard Zhang then brought up the dagger technique, urging him to learn it. Prince Cheon feigned ignorance, asking what he meant. As Guard Zhang cleared the table, he noticed the footprints again. He identified the step as part of the second formation of the technique. This mark was even clearer than what he had seen earlier. Guard Zhang confirmed to himself that his observation had been correct. Meanwhile, Prince Cheon felt guilty. In the world of Morim, stealing martial arts techniques was a grave taboo. Even though the Nano Machine had enabled him to learn the technique, it didn't absolve him of the crime. He feared that Guard Zhang would come to hate him for it. But Guard Zhang surprised him. He said Prince Cheon had done well and questioned what it mattered if he had learned it in secret. As his personal guard, he admitted that if not for the oath of the 6 clans, he would have taught him the technique himself. Guard Zhang handed him an envelope, explaining it contained the energy flow method, Nai Gong, for the dagger technique. When Prince Cheon asked why he was giving it to him, Guard Zhang said he wanted to offer what guidance he could. However, he added that the academy would offer much better teachings than what he could provide. Guard Zhang then reflected on his past. In a flashback, he sat beside his mother's body, silently resolving never to cry again. It had been 5 years since Lady Hua passed away. During those years, he had endured and watched over Prince Cheon, who, despite his strength, was still a boy longing for his parents' love. Guard Zhang acknowledged that he could no longer accompany Prince Cheon once he entered the academy. He allowed him this moment to cry, but insisted that he must grow stronger from now on. Overcome with emotion, Prince Cheon sincerely thanked Guard Zhang. As Guard Zhang quietly exited and closed the door behind him, Prince Cheon made a firm resolution. From this moment on, he would not fear or hesitate. Even though his mother was gone, He had found a place he could return to. The scene then shifted to the academy, where a large group of disciples had assembled in lines. One of them asked if all the clans had gathered and wondered about the number of participants. Another estimated there were around 1,000 people. A third commented that now that they were actually there, nerves were starting to kick in. A fourth reminded them that, as heirs of small clans, they needed to stay in line since the competition ahead was serious. At that moment, the left guardian, Fire King Li Hua-myung, arrived. Surveying the noisy scene, he muttered that the place was a mess and lacked any kind of proper spirit. He questioned whether any of the students had come with the resolve that they might never leave. A student recognized him, referring to him as Red Hair, and noting he was the left guardian. Another asked if he wasn't ranked among the top 10 strongest in the demonic cult. Someone else corrected him, saying he thought it was actually the top 5. Meanwhile, Fire King Lee scanned the front row and recognized the heirs of the 6 clans. His gaze stopped on Cheonwan Ryu, heir to the Sound clan and the only female candidate among them. As he took note of her, he wondered where candidate number 7, Prince Cheon, was. Prince Cheon asks if there is no name tag, while the other student confirms and says he can't see the 7th prince's name tag, adding that it seems like he'll just have to wait until they find one. Cheon thinks this must be one of the 6 clans' tricks, and says he understands. He'll wait. He wonders if they don't want him in the same row as them. He thinks, well, nothing good will come out of having conflict with them from the beginning, and recalls they were the ones who tried to kill him whenever they had the chance. He believes they would probably kill him right away if they saw him, but he still came here after countless attacks from them. He resolves to be stronger than anyone else in this demonic academy. Meanwhile, he observes that there are many disciples and thinks it difficult to reach the front like this. Some students engage in gossip, with one remarking about a black number 7 name tag, identifying the wearer as an heir candidate not affiliated with the 6 clans. Another student mentions rumors suggesting that the individual in question has not mastered any martial arts style. Someone responds suggesting that such a person would likely be the first to fail. Prince Cheon assumes it's evident what they're whispering about, even if he cannot hear them clearly. He decides to ignore their potential mockery. Li Hua notices him and finds it absurd to see him standing alone all the way at the back. He finds it amusing that attention is drawn to him solely because he is the Lord's illegitimate child. After a while, the horns blow loudly and a student announces that it's the sound of the horns signaling the imminent arrival of the Lord. They urge everyone to be quiet as the Lord approaches. All the students direct their attention to Right Guardian Crazy Blade Seob Meng, who stands alongside Li Hua. Seob Meng slips and Li Hua becomes irritated, commenting on his shabby clothes. Seob Meng asks him, "What are you looking at?" and calls him a red-haired bastard. Great Guardian King Marakium intervenes, instructing them to be quiet. The students then turn their gaze towards one of the top 5 strongest in the Murim Cheonma cult, Lord Cheon Yujang, acknowledging his overwhelming presence with admiration as expected of the Lord. Cheon looks at the Lord and realizes that the person before him is his father. Marakium orders everyone to be silenced and bows in front of Lord Cheon Yujang, informing him that everything is ready. Lord Cheon Yujang stares at everyone, stating that they all bear responsibility for the future of the cult, and he welcomes them. Everyone feels pressure and thinks, is this what they call Negong? Prince Cheon thinks it sounds like ordinary speech but resonates deeply in his ears. Lord Cheon Yujang declares that this place is for training and making ties to strengthen the power of the cult. After that, students, with excitement, start chanting slogans for the demonic cult, and all of Lord Cheon Yu's representatives bow and express agreement, to which he responds with praise, acknowledging their efforts. Cheon Yu suddenly gazes at Prince Cheon and walks away. Prince Cheon stares at him and thinks about their first meeting, recalling only the coldness in his eyes and thinks that he hadn't expected much. He reflects that this was the person who didn't even show up after his mother died. Li Hua-myung remarks that now that the Lord's congratulatory speech is over, they should begin properly. But the students resume chit-chatting, He becomes angry, asking if they are not going to stand up straight. He announces that he's going to keep it simple, instructing them to listen carefully. The academy will last for 4 years and will consist of 6 stages. He explains that after each stage, they will take a test, with only one chance given to pass. The students become worried and inquire if they will fail if they can't pass the test on the first attempt. Li Hua confirms that it seems they understood correctly, stating that those who do not pass will be expelled instantly. One of the 6 clans candidates raises his hand to ask a question. Li Hua Myung responds by asking who allowed a rascal like him to ask a question. He becomes angry. Li Hua wonders if he has an issue with being called a rascal, reminding him that upon entering the academy, he forfeited all privileges associated with the 6 clans. He asks him, "Do you want to be expelled even before the competition starts?" Chon Mu-yeon and Chon Mu-kum start laughing, and Chon Kyung-woon bows his head and apologizes. Left Guardian Lee Hwa-myung responds by stating that it's obvious what his question is, and says everyone thinks that one chance for the 6 stages is unfair. Li Hua reassures them that special benefits will be provided to those who pass the next stage. He further explains that the first benefit is the Black Dragon Ball. Cheon wonders what the Black Dragon Ball is and listens. The students beside him start discussing it. One student adds that it must be the medicine ball that allows the consumer to gain 20 years worth of Nagong. One student deduces that if one passes through all the stages and acquires 6 of the balls, they would gain 120 years worth of Nagong. That would be similar to a high-level expert. The other student says that the more you take, the less effective it gets, and it's also hard to absorb it completely in the first place, and asks why they would give such a valuable item if the masters would have likely taken them all already. Prince Cheon thinks about the 6 stages and thinks he currently lacks Nagong, but if he were to pass, he could instantly increase his Nagong. Li Hua explains that the second benefit is the Martial Arts Book of Secrets and the importance of these books to those who have trained in martial arts. He elaborates that the library of the Demonic Academy comprises 5 floors, with access to each floor granted upon passing a test. He mentions that depending on the effort they exert, they may have the opportunity to learn the secrets of various martial arts manuals. One student asks if this means he could learn divine phonology, while another compares it to the knowledge possessed by the Murim masters. Prince Cheon realizes that he needs the martial arts books to survive, considering them more important than Nagong. Li Hwa-myung states that most of them won't reach the 5th floor, even if they were resurrected, so they shouldn't even get their hopes up.